Christmas planning has begun. Let's have a look at my planner, shall we? Hello everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? Christmas, woohoo! So Halloween is done and bonfire night has been done as well. So this is where I get the planner out and we start looking. So this year I am using this. This is from Amazon. I've had this a couple of years actually. And it's printed in the Great Britain by Amazon. I don't know if it's still available because like I say, I've had it a few years. If it is, I will link it down below. And I did a page count throughout to find out how many pages in it, and there are 82. And it is literally a nice cover with lined pages in, and it's about the same size as a standard happy planner, a regular happy planner. I'm excited. So the first thing I've done is, you know, this horrible page that's at the beginning of these notebooks, this page is stuck to the cover. So I've used this page here to map out what I'm going to put in the journal itself, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that down onto the cover, no problem, and then that'll give me a bit of a thicker page to do my cover. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on that yet. As you know, I always work on the cover throughout the month. Now because it's the beginning of November, I've got 2 months to work on that cover, so that's quite good. So I've worked out what I'm going to be putting in here, and I've put things like index, elf ideas, shopping trips, month, days, that sort of thing. And I've put next to it how many pages I think I'm going to need, up to the 82 pages. I think I've got to about 80, which gives me a bit of leeway. I've given a couple of pages to have a spare. Now, the way I came to these is I used my trigger list. Now, you can get a free copy of this trigger list if you sign up for my newsletter. It's linked down below. And this is used very simply. You go down the list and you do a brainstorm, you do a brain dump of all the things that you would have to do for that particular thing. So because we're looking at setting up my planner, so the first thing would be set up Christmas planner, monthly planning, any travel plans, timelines for dates such as Christmas Day. So if you're going to go to your sons or your daughters on Christmas Day, what time are they expecting? Now, it might be a little bit early in November, but it's something you need to start sort of thinking about and putting in your planner, that you need to ask them, for instance. Any cleaning that you want to be doing, you've still got about 7 weeks as I'm filming this, so lots of nice weeks to be able to really get into the corners, particularly before you put the decorations up. And any ordering of food and presents, and then you just go down the list. You've got things like baking, any events, your Christmas Day, your Boxing Day, your Christmas Eve, New Year's Day, any traditions that you want to do, memory keeping, you know, decorations, tree, that sort of thing. What I haven't done is I haven't put Thanksgiving on here, and the reason is I live in the UK and therefore I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. However, there is a little section here that says other, add your own items. So if you want to add in Thanksgiving in that box, by all means do so. And if you want to add I don't know, you might have a family tradition that you do between now and Christmas, or anything you want to add in to there, you can. There is a little bit of space. You can always use the back of the piece of paper as well, but it's just somewhere to give you an idea of those sort of things. I've also included here some non-Christmas items such as birthdays, probably because it's my birthday in December and my husband's. Normal food shopping and setting up next year's planners, those are all things that you're going to be doing in December, which you need to be thinking about and maybe putting into the plan of when you're going to do it. What you've got to remember is Christmas is a busy period. Not only have you got to go to work and do the normal shopping and the normal cleaning and making sure the kids go to school, you've also got to do the parties and the meals out and the outfit for Christmas Day, and then all the presents and the writing of the cards. There's so much to do, really, there really is. So if you want this, link down below and sign up to my email list. Now this is actually going to be my planner, and then this is going to be my memory keeping. So I've been wanting to do Christmas memory keeping for a couple of years. My sister gave me a junk journal and it was amazing because I filled it that year with all the memories and took photos and all that, and I intended to do it the year after, but then COVID came along, so it never happened, and I've been trying to get back into it. I try to do it within a planner, and I just end up with lots of blank pages with the date and like the Advent sticker on it and things like that, and I don't know what happened. So this year I'm going to watch a load of videos on YouTube and set up the pages in advance. So I'm going to sort of set up definitely sort of cover page and that sort of thing. I'm going to do a video on this, I think, once I find out what I'm going to do. We'll do a make video on that. What I've also done is I found out a load of pens. So I've got some metallic pens and some brush pens. I've got all of my now this isn't all my washi. For reals, no, that isn't all my washi, but I found all my washi out. And I've also gone through all of my Christmas stickers and my ephemera and all of those sort of things, and I've pulled stuff out. So what I've done is I pulled stuff out for Christmas, I pulled things out for November, because obviously we're still in November and I've still got November planning to do, and I've also pulled out things for January, because January I always do sort of like a silver theme, and for Christmas this year I was going to do snowmen, but then when I saw this I decided that maybe I wouldn't do snowman, I'd do sort of a Scandi red sort of theme, and then I found that, and well, there we go. And I also think that Under the Rowan Trees Christmas box that's coming out, and there is a sneak peek if you want to go and check that out, is also sort of mugs and hot chocolate and all of those sort of really sort of cozy Christmassy things. So I think all of that will tie in very nicely. So yeah, I spent hours looking at Christmas decoration ephemera. I've got so much stuff you would not believe. So that's that. So what have I done in here? Not very much, I have to say. So I decided what my page is going to be, and how many I want, and then I've left the cover. So when that's stuck down, it's going to be really nice and thick for all of those sort of Christmas cover. And then I'm going to put an index in, bullet journal style, and then I started setting up my month. I put some washi tape and I've free drawn the lines, not as straight as I would like, but hey, I never use a ruler, and some washi dates. And the really good thing about being in a slightly bigger book, it means I can use the bigger wording on some of the washi I've got. Sometimes when you're in an A5 or even one of these little pockets, you have to have really small writing. So having a slightly bigger book really does help with the bigger washi that I've got. And then I've got presents and cards, and I actually use one of these glitter pens and a brush pen to set up an elf page, which it looks like it's bled through a little bit. Not a problem, because I've got washi, I've got things I'm sticking in, so that's absolutely fine. So for the elf page, I have put I've used a stencil. Now I've got these here. I had these last year. If you ever see my Christmas videos for last year, I had these, and this one was out of the works, and then this one was out of Hobbycraft, and this is what's actually on them. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you've got the stencil in the hole, and you just move this round like that and it gives you the various stencils. And then this one has got Merry Christmas, ho ho ho, Christmas Eve box and things like that, and I just drew that. There's a bell here in pencil, and they've written Elf, and then I've done 1 to 24, and on here I'm going to write out well, it depends who you speak to, actually. If you speak to my son, it's what Elf gave him, and if you're speaking to me, it's what I'm going to give Elf to give to him. We are also, I've left this page so I can write on here as well. We're also going to be helping him a bit with his schoolwork, me and Elf. So he's in year 4 here in the UK, so he's doing times tables. So it'll all be helping with times tables and getting that sort of having to work for his Elf present, basically. And that sort of thing. And that's it, really. Because, again, it's November. I don't need to set this up fully. So the idea is simple. Cover, index, month. Because I need to be plugging in those things that are happening, if there's any parties or shopping trips and that sort of thing when the kids break up. And then I've got presents and cards. Now I might change that. I haven't decided. Then I've got a double spread for Elf, and then I'm probably going to start with food and that sort of thing. So for food, if I go to the supermarket this week and I buy a jar of pickles or cranberry sauce or something for in the freezer, then I can write that on the food page. So when it comes to doing my Christmas food shopping, I've already got a list of things that I want to do. What I've already got. I could start a baking page. So for instance, if I want to make Christmas cake, when's the best time to do that? I always make fudge, so I need to do a bit of a brainstorm on what fudge I'm going to make this year. Salted caramel always goes down really well, and the dark chocolate mint went down quite well last year, but maybe this year I'll do chocolate orange. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't decided. So yeah, so that's the sort of thing I'm going to be putting right at the front of this. So things that I need during November to sort of take me into December, and then as soon as December hits, I will then start on my weekly planning and then my daily planning in here. The idea is it's very functional, it's a lot of lists, that sort of thing. Now, my advice for your Christmas planning, first of all, is don't reinvent the wheel this month, particularly for December, because if you start a new planning system, you're just going to fall off. You really are. Don't start anything new. It's a busy time of year. You'd be doing all that extra stuff like present shopping and card writing to worry about a new planning system. So don't do that. Also, the other thing to think about is the size of your planner. If you've got, you know, a house full of kids who all need presents and Elf presents, and you're going to have everybody over for a huge Christmas dinner and that sort of thing, have a big planner. It's definitely worth it because you're going to have lots of information. However, if you are somebody who goes to your daughters or your sons, or you go to the pub for Christmas dinner and you have a quiet and there's just 2 or 3 of you, then maybe something like this would work. Little pocket notebook. You know, you could cover that with your paper, and then you could use a bit of washi tape and make your lists as you normally would. Just a few things for you to think about, just a few things for you to consider as you're going along. As I say, grab your trigger list. It does help. Go and find out all of your Christmas ephemera and washi and some glitter pens, and start having a bit of fun. Christmas is coming. As I film this, it's 7 weeks. Not much time really. This needs to be set up now this week. This has to be set up this week, for me anyway, to keep my sanity, so I can start inputting all of that information and stuff. If you are Christmas planning now, if you've started, did you start back in July? Sometimes people do Christmas every month on Rudolph Day, or do you leave it right to the last minute? You know, you start halfway through December and everything always works out fine. Let me know, comment down below, let me know what's going on for your Christmas, what sort of planner are you going to be using. Do you always choose red? I always choose something that's red for Christmas, can't help it, it's just something I've done for years. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.